It's going to be a full journal. It makes your journaling easier, faster, and more meaningful. Whereas if you were just documenting it on an Excel spreadsheet or taking screenshots on your iPhone, you wouldn't be able to pull out the data that you need. The correlations that the AI within TradeZella is pulling out for you. There's so much variety and utility within the software that I think it's essential for any trader. So the link somewhere below is going to take you directly to the TradeZella website. I'm not getting paid. This is for you. If you want it, if you like it, go ahead and explore it. And probably you'll be using it for years to come. What about the idea of being in a position of influence and how that affected your trading? The reason I ask is because when at times live streaming or public signals, these kind of projects that I've done over a long period of time, I notice I think twice before I place a trade, because I know that not only is it my money, it's probably a kid out there who's probably risking his whole account no matter what I say. So then that extra layer of just thinking about it pushes me to be a little bit better. Or when someone asks you a question and you've never thought about that question, now you got to think of an answer. So you will actually now become better as a trader because you're thinking of things that you don't normally think about to make yourself well-rounded. What is your thoughts in general of being an influencer and a trader and what impact that had on your trading itself?
Yeah, I mean, that's another thing with the social media stuff. People will look at a video from a year ago and be like, well, you said this then. And it's like, bro, I have an extra year's worth of market experience now. I'm a lot better of a trader than I was just a year ago. Like, I'm still relatively like young in this game. Like, I still got a lot to learn. And yeah, I think that it's, like you were saying, I don't do any of the signal shit. I'm going to stop doing the live streaming shit too.
Why is that?
Because it's a mix of things. Because when I was doing the live streams, I wasn't showing the trades that I was taking on stream. And I'm like against the signal stuff because it's like, again, like you were saying, someone's going to risk their whole account on the trade that you're taking. And then also, I think that this is just my personal opinion. I think the signals is feeding super heavily into the get rich quick ideation of trading. It's like, oh, bet I can just get in here, pay this dude $150 a month and I'll be rich because he's doing it well. And then it's literally pressing pause on them being able to learn how to trade because they're just fully dependent on the trader that they think is just going to take them to the promised land. So that's why that's also what I noticed with the streams. Even though I wasn't saying the trade that I was taking, I was marking out confluences and I was talking about it. And like the chat's like, he entered. And it's like, man, so I'm stopping that and I'm going to go into where I'm just recording literally my entire, just start a market open to finish. So I can show in real time that, hey, I'm taking these trades and then post it to YouTube right after. And then I think that'll be super awesome too for like track record and shit like that. Sure. Whether I take a trade, whether I lose a trade, whether I don't take a trade, I'm going to be uploading a video. So it's like, y'all can suck on this one and tell me like I'm not doing this shit.
Yeah, I think what you're saying makes totally sense. Of you don't want people to be dependent, and if they can just sit and watch you, why are they going to go learn themselves? But what I've noticed in a lot of traders, even myself when I was coming up, I would just want to see someone do it. Just because on replay mode when I'm backtesting, you can just tap through the candles. So then in real life, that 1 minute candle is moving up and down, and you don't know if it's a doji or engulfing, whatever. And every second is a new emotion. Whereas in replay mode, you just tap, okay, it was that candle, tap, tap, tap. And I think just watching someone, how they think, how they act in these moments where it is slow pace, and you say, is this a lower low or is this a liquidity run? People just want to watch. So I think doing it pre-recorded to stop that, it makes a lot of sense. With your own trading now, what is your goal with it? Because you are now very well financially established. Is this something you want to keep doing? I mean, the day trading, which is a grind, and especially with depending where you live, I guess, the sleep schedule can be a bit confusing. Is there something you'll always do in the way that you're doing, or maybe later pivot towards more swing, a few trades a month?
Simplify. I'm just going to take less trades, ideally make them be over longer periods of time. And yeah, that's always been the goal. I look at how I was trading just a year and a half ago, and I'm like, man, I was taking trades pretty much every single day. And then I look at how I'm trading now, I'm like, I'm making way more money now and I'm taking way less trades. If I can stay on this path, that would be awesome.
A friend of yours, Rob, I really like his content, and something that I saw of his, which was comparing Miami to PR, and the idea being that in Miami you have a lot of these young guys who are supercars and penthouses and lifestyle and whatever, And he was basically referring to that as a rented life versus in PR, the people you have around you, they're real wealth, they move silent and they own the property, they own the cars and so forth. I'm just guessing here, but it also seems recently sold your cars. Is there any alignment with what Rob said and you now offloading some of these depreciating assets?
Nah, that was mainly, so I had an apartment in Miami. I actually still have it, but I had a car out in Miami too, and I just sold it. It was a Rolls-Royce Cullinan. And yeah, I was just like, I used Miami. It was a tool for me. I had an apartment out there for like the past year and a half. Cool. Young money millionaire moves to Miami, whatever. Like you use it for content and then you get the fuck out. And it worked for me. And now like Miami is worse for me because there's no content that I can do, just respectfully, there's no content that I can do with anybody out there that is going to benefit me. Then it's more than me working with them is going to benefit them. So I'm done with Miami. I think it's a great, awesome city. I'm going to use it for what it's to be used for, to go get fucking blitzed and go crazy with your bros. But other than that, like there's no reason to have that. And then yeah, in Puerto Rico, like my Brabus is paid off in full. That is out there. My house is paid for in cash. So I'm living like for free out in Puerto Rico. And yeah, that's like real wealth. That's not no rented shit. That's not like monthly payments. It's like I'm out there.
What is your thoughts on just environments? You know, they say like you're the average of the 5 people around you. And I can just speak anecdotally, being in Dubai is just, when I, especially the podcast, I'm speaking to people that are crushing it every single week, that are doing 500,000, 1 million, 2 million a month. And when I speak to people every single time, every single week, and I also realize they're just normal people. And as you said, I'm just a normal 23-year-old. When you see that there's normal people doing amazing things, it makes you think twice of like, I need to push my own bar up. And just this city, this environment for me has done a lot just by being here, the energy that I have here. When you are in PR and it's kind of just an island, and I guess a lot of people have already made their money and now they're, I guess, more relaxing over there. Do you miss the energy that you maybe get in Miami or even in Dubai? Would you recommend people to leave their hometown to get to a big city like this?
Oh yeah. Before I moved to Puerto Rico, I was living in Utah because I went to school at the University of Utah, and then I dropped out, and then I stayed like an extra 8-ish months, like pretty much a whole extra year there. And it was horrible. I literally I made a whole bunch of money, and then like I continued to try and take my own life. Like it was horrible. I was super, super depressed. And yeah, like that environment was horrible for me because I love all my college friends. I'm literally going to go watch them graduate like in a couple days, and they're my fucking dogs. But they were just doing things where it was like, man, I would wake up early, I would like film content, I would trade, and then they're like, oh, let's go play basketball, let's go get food. And I was just sitting there thinking like, man, this life isn't really for me. And then tax season came around and I made a whole bunch of money in crypto. And my dad's cousin does like a whole bunch of shit with taxes. So I called him up and I was like, yo, I need help. And he was like, he lives in the US Virgin Islands, which has a similar tax act. And he was like, you should check out Puerto Rico. So very next week, I took a flight out there.
Oh, it was a quick move.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Took a flight out there and I checked it out. And I was like, for whatever reason, I was like, I just have to do this. And then, yeah, I got the place right after that. And then I just told my bros like, yo, sorry, like I'm dipping out of here. And moving to Puerto Rico changed my life forever because I got out there. I had no friends. I was by myself. I was like one of the still to this date, like the youngest kid on the island that's like out there for the tax act. And I was looking around and I was like, I don't have guys to go out to eat with. I don't have guys to play sports with. I just have to work. Yeah. And that's what blew me up on social media. Like I started the whole like day trading boot camp that a lot of people love watching. I made a video every single day for 60 days straight. That was like pretty much 30 minutes to an hour long. And it was like, I didn't have any friends. I didn't have anything to do besides work, and changed my life forever.
It's interesting because a lot of people on podcasts in general, they'll talk about how important networking is and all these things, where it seems like you had your biggest growth when you weren't networking, let alone you didn't have anyone around you. What is your thoughts in general of like locking in and periods of isolation versus go out, speak to people, get ideas, get energized? Where do you think success lies?
You start out as a fucking nerd with no paper and no networking at this level. you have nothing to offer people. So you got to put yourself in a fucking cave. You got to get your paper up. You got to build something or build some sort of skill set to where you're at a point where these people over here are going to say like, hey, you're a cool guy, we're making similar amounts of money or whatever, like then there's some sort of alignment. But if you're over here and trying to network with these people over here, just like naturally they will probably not really want to be around you because you're not working, you're not doing anything, like you're just not going, it's not going to be the same energy. So yeah, I think the biggest thing is like you got to lock in before you go and network. And honestly, I'm kind of against the whole networking thing. Networking happens naturally. Like if you really think that you're just going to be like strolling on the street and like go up to a dude that has a Rolex and like shake a hand and get a business deal done, you're fucking crazy. Networking just happens naturally. Like you will eventually have friends that are the same net worth as you. Like it just naturally happens because you're in places that you can afford, that they can afford, and those people just end up together.
If you don't mind me taking the conversation here, but you mentioned a period in your life where the money was up, but your head was not. You're in a dark place, and I want to take it here because there's probably a lot of people watching that are in the dark place and don't even have the money up, but they use money as the hope. Like, when my money's up, then I'll feel better, or then I can really start my life. What reflections do you have over that period of time?
Yeah, I'm like the opposite. I thought that was my problem. I thought money was going to make me happy. I was like, I've dealt with mental health issues like my entire life. And I thought that money was the way out. And because I was like, this will make me free. This will let me do whatever I wanted. And I made a whole bunch of money, and then it made me even more depressed. And yeah, I tried to take my life like multiple times. And thank God that I wasn't able to do that. That he had bigger plans for me, which is awesome. And from there, it was kind of like, okay, look, money isn't the key to all this happiness shit. And like, I need to find happiness in something else. And honestly, like content low-key saved me. I'm an introvert at heart, which is like super crazy for anybody to hear me say because they see me on camera and they're like, this dude's fucking crazy. But I don't like talking to a lot of people. I honestly keep my friend group super, super close, but I can get my social battery out. And it's like when I'm making TikToks, when I'm making YouTube videos, like that's my social time. I feel like I'm just talking to my friends, and that's like what like kind of like cured my depression, was like making TikToks and people like saying like, yo, this guy's cool, or like, yo, this guy's funny. And I'm like, wait, I'm cool, like I'm funny, like people like who I am, because at the time I fucking hated myself. And yeah, to be able to go from having a whole bunch of money, hating myself, and then making content and teaching people, that was another thing that brought me a bunch of happiness, was like being able to teach people how to change their lives, and then seeing people's lives get changed because of what I'm doing. Like that is just, that's what I'm here for. Like just at the end of the day, I could give a shit about the money. Like if I can make people happy, if I can make people whatever, like fucking giggle or make them some bread and that makes them happy, awesome. That's my goal, just to make other people happy.
So the crypto bull market is well upon us, and with opportunities left, right, and center, why not utilize other people's money instead of your hard-earned money? So introducing to you the world's first crypto prop firm, Bitfunded. And they've partnered up with an exchange to bring not only the world's first crypto prop firm, but actually a prop firm that has an exchange-like environment. Imagine as if you're trading on Binance. With all the benefits that prop firms bring, with the leverage you can have, or hundreds of thousands of dollars in buying power, utilizing other people's money, so your total risk is just a couple $100 max, or as cheap as $79. And with the special offer that they have going on right now for you as a Titans of Tomorrow viewer, if you buy 2 prop firm accounts, you'll get a third one for free. So click the link below this video to head over to the Bitfunded website and start to utilize other people's money to benefit from the crypto markets whilst minimizing your downside. I think a lot of people say that as just the thing to say, but I think when you phrase it in the way that that's what got you out of a dark time, so that's what really is bringing you the fulfillment, because the money didn't do it. When you had it or didn't have it, you felt the same. In the same breath, I want to ask, money as a whole, what is your views and relationship to it? Because if you were acquiring it and chasing it, and that was your vision from high school, and then you got it, but it didn't give you the feeling that you wanted, but at the flip side, it's giving you a life of, or you're in Dubai living life right now.
Yeah.
is it all worth it? Like, is giving, sacrificing family, sacrificing time with loved ones, sacrificing your 20s, let's say, to go and to go and get your money up, as opposed to just work hard, get a degree and get a nice job, and then you clock out 9 to 5, but you still earn enough to have a reasonable life. Is pushing so hard really worth it?
Yes, it is. I think to an extent though, and I think this trip specifically, which is crazy that that it took me so long to realize this. This trip specifically made me realize that not that I shouldn't be working as hard as I have been, but just you have to take yourself out of that tunnel vision, just work, 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 work. These are my goals, because that's how I was for I can't even tell you when like that whole thing started, but that's how it was all the way up until literally this past weekend when I went to Coachella with my friends, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to make any TikToks. I'm not going to make a vlog out of this. I'm not going to touch my phone. I'm not going to look at any emails. And it was like the best weekend of my entire life. And I was like, wow, this is what making money is about. And I think sometimes, especially when you're younger, there is a time where you do have to just be face down in the fucking dirt and working your ass off for 1, 2, 3 years straight. But then once that happens, like, please, I'm begging y'all, like, there is so much more to life than just working and grinding and reaching those new levels, because they never fucking stop. There's always another level for you to go up to. There's always something else for you to be trying to reach. And your family's not around forever. You're not going to be in your 20s forever with some of your best friends on trips. And like, I literally just realized that like this week. So
it's crazy, man. I'm a little bit older than you, and I saw this this TikTok, and it said, think about it, in your 20s you only have 10 summers. I was like, bro, I'm 29, I got 1 summer left. Like, this flies by, and life is precious. I want to also hear the flip side. I don't know if you're familiar, there was 2 brothers that went crazy viral this year that live in Dubai, the Anuha brothers, and they were on a rocket, man. They were young, rich, successful, and in shape. They had like everything going for them, and similar to yourself, man. At a young age, when you have it all, unfortunately they took another route, and you could see it in the vlogs. I could see it building up. Like, they're going hard, they're partying constantly, and you can already see it in their eyes and their faces, like they're taking substance they shouldn't be. But at least it was abroad. They slipped up, they did things here that they shouldn't have, and that's landed to them. I don't know what's going on, but it might be the rest of their life in jail, or a significant amount, and that's crazy. But regardless of like outliers of ending up in jail, but just the path of hedonism, the path of drinking, partying, and girls, and the endless chase that it is, when you are at a young age and you are able to, because a lot of your peers at your age, they can't, because they just haven't made themselves a man yet. When you can access it all at a young age, how do you deal with that temptation to not end up in a pit of degeneracy?
It's a balance of everything, man. I think if anything, I was more heavy on the work side. And I think I'll always be more heavy on the work side. And I think that's how it should be. But this is what I like to say: do everything in sprints, but obviously, like, don't break the rules, I guess, in their case. Like, when, for example, like, I'm not going to just say, bet it's the weekend, let's drink. Like, that's so lame. But every single year, me and my friends will go to Coachella, and we'll get a crazy house, and we'll do it like the best way possible. And that's like awesome, because it's like once a year, and we all can come together, and I haven't seen them in forever, and we can celebrate our success. We can look back on the past year and be like, damn, that's insane that we've came so far, whatever. So I think if you are going to go and do something like party and whatever, and I don't even do that often. I'm not gonna lie, I've been this week has been a bit of like blitzkrieg for me, but I'm usually not doing this type of shit. You just, again, like, be careful, and just like with the work and like the goals, there's levels to the other shit too. You have to just have a good balance. I would say the majority of the time, put your head down, get your work done, try and find some wholesome shit in there too. Like, go have fun with your bros without putting some shit up your nose. Go have fun with your bros. Like, go play in a fucking park or something, you know? Like,
Bro, yesterday we went fishing. There's a boys
exactly.
who went
That's
fishing.
what
It
I'm
was-
saying.
It was
like,
the sickest thing, man. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, wholesome shit with your friends. That's why I like Coachella, because I was like, we were out there playing soccer, we were like playing Keep It Up, like that shit's awesome, you know. To be able to just do wholesome ass shit with your bros or like your family, to be able to go see your parents, that's what it's all about.
I'm approaching 100 episodes on the show, so I've spoken to a bunch of traders, and no matter the country they're from, no matter the age, no matter anything, pretty much all of them, apart from maybe one or two, are a trader plus. They're trader plus entrepreneur, trader plus software, trader plus hedge fund. And even a hedge fund is like, well, you got to sell your services, you got to market them, you got to lead team. It's a business, it's entrepreneurship. Yeah. How and including yourself, how closely is trading and entrepreneurship intertwined? And do you think it's wrong that you're a trader, you should only be a trader? Like, what's your thoughts on people blending the two?
Yeah, no, I think that's so dumb. And I think traders get like the most flack for this just because it's a controversial industry. But I mean, you look at the majority of business people and it's like, you know, they have several different streams of income, you know, and if you're a trader, I mean, I think about myself, it's like, I was fucking depressed when I was a trader and I wasn't doing content and I wasn't building businesses on the side. And it was like, bro, I'm only trading for like an hour or two a day. Then what do you want me to do? Just kick shit? Like, yeah, obviously I make money trading, but like I find like joy and happiness in building businesses and doing all that. So yeah, I think that's something that's super stupid that people try and like hate on traders for. It's like, if you're so good at trading, why don't you just trade all day? Like, okay, you clearly don't know the markets, but you know, keep doing your thing. But yeah, I think trading is a business for real. So, I mean, it's super similar. I think, I think the majority of traders eventually, once you start making a substantial amount of money, like find something else to do, as long as trading isn't taking your entire day, and as long as you want to too. Like if you're just ambitious and you're like, yo, I'm done trading and I have 8 hours with the rest of my day, you might as well start some sort of other flows of income, you know?
I think it's a mindset of a trader too. Like people that are even thinking about trading, they're already not normal. Like they're not choosing the normal path of school, university degree. They're like, I want to do more. That usually means you're a bit more ambitious and you end up doing a lot more with your time. What is your view on, let's say, financial literacy? Because it's something that I didn't get taught in school, probably in the US, you neither. And a lot of people don't think about it because they're like, I just need to get money. Forget financial literacy and how to invest and so forth. Like, I just need something. Yeah. When you do start to tick that box of like, okay, I've got cash flow, I've got money coming in from multiple areas, what do you do with the reserves to not end up just spending it? Obviously, there's part that you spend. How do you a lot of it's on you right now, and I start G-Shock, which is crazy. But in general, like with the money that's coming in from various sources, what do you do with it? Especially because you have tax advantages. You have a lot more than someone else that's just sitting in the US.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, it's just like I have a wealth manager. So I bring in a whole bunch of money. And then for me, because I'm in the market so much, I would